Rust has a unique way of dealing with ownership, and in this example, I'm going to show how to mix the Rust ownership model alongside Python using pyo3. So first, let's take a look at the structure here. We have this ownership pyrust project, and if we go into the source directory inside of lib.rs, you can see that we have some code here that goes through and integrates a example of how to use the ownership properties in Python. So first up here, we have the PyClass macro. So this is a struct that actually includes a vec32 numbers. We then implement that by allowing that number list implementation, which then includes an add number method and also a len method and also a clear method right here. Now notice in Rust here, you're explicitly allowing things to be mutable. And this is one of the features of Rust that's not available in Python. Python, everything is essentially mutable, but in Rust, it's explicit that you say that something is mutable. Now, when we get down to the module here, what happens is that we have a function called Rust list, and this goes through and it takes in all of the different properties of these operations in Rust. So this is essentially exposing parts of Rust in Python, including ways to operate on those data structures in Python. And then finally, we have the py function here, which adds numbers together. It accepts a list. And then from this component here, we have the list.addNumbers. And then we also have the py function as well, len. And then we have the py function clear right here. And then finally, we put it all together with py methods and we implement the numbers list and we say new object, function add, function link, and then clear list. And then finally, we can put it all together into a module. And so this is the classic way to do this with pyo3 is to allow someone to use this functionality by exposing it as a module that you can import inside of a Python script or inside the terminal. Now that we've got this, the next step here is to take a look at the cargo2ml to just get a feel for what this looks like. You can see that this library is called ownership pyrust. Now, if we go to the makefile, you can see here that I have a build step, and this says cargo build release, and this will copy that .so file into the current working directory so that I can use it in my script. Next up, we have owner.py as well. So this is importing the ownership module here. And notice what I do. So first up, I say, let's go ahead and make an instance of this. And we have list instance. Then I insert two numbers inside, right? Because this is one of the things that we're exposing the ability to do mutation of the data structure in Rust in Python. So we say list instance add. So we add two inside. We then use that custom method that was exposed here, which is the length, and we show that there are two items inside. Finally, we then clear it, and then we verify that in fact that instance is cleared. So we're able to essentially do core operations, and this would be like a integration test of potentially a library that you would write and expose for Python. So let's go ahead and run this. So we can type in Python owner.py. That's one way to do it. Or we can also do a /. Now I need to change into that directory. So let's go in and change to ownership. And again, you can just type in owner.py. And we can see here that it runs, inserting two numbers, 5 and 10, printing the list, 2, clearing the list. So this really does show how it's very straightforward to take some of the strong functionality of Rust, which is that it's built for safety and immutability, and actually expose those features inside of Python by having strict control over how that's exposed in a Python script. So this could be valuable for maybe security features that you're building in a particular library or some other aspect of it where you want to expose those features into a script. And this integration is a very straightforward way to test it out.